Hi, my name is Manesh Patel. I'm an interventional cardiologist at Duke, and the purpose of this video is to tell you, the patient, what it's like to undergo an invasive procedure in one of our cardiac catheterization laboratories across the health system. Our hope is, by watching this video, you'll feel more comfortable about what's going to happen and can help us in making decisions about your care. Over the next 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to meet many of the physicians and other staff members that are going to be taking care of you. We hope you find this useful and educational, and thank you for considering Duke for your care.
When you have your procedure done with us, there are several locations you may have it done. Aside from the Veterans Administration Hospital, which is affiliated with Duke University, you may have your procedure done at Duke Regional here in Durham, Duke University Hospital, or Duke Raleigh. All of these hospitals have our fine physicians that are going to be taking care of you and ensuring you have outstanding outcomes. There are several types of procedures you may have done in our invasive catheterization laboratories. Those include a heart catheterization, where a tube is taken through a vein and an artery to your heart, either to measure pressures or to take pictures of the arteries that serve the blood flow to your heart. We also do biopsies of the heart. We also do peripheral angiograms to help your lower extremities, and we do procedures on the valves or the structure of your heart. This video is aimed at the heart catheterization procedure, our most common procedure, where we measure the pressures and take pictures of the arteries to the heart. So this is where your procedure day starts. This is an outpatient holding bay. Come on in and let me show you what you can expect. If you're having the procedure done as an outpatient, you come and you get put into a room like this. This room has some important features for you. Obviously it has a bed. There's a gown you'll be changing into with some socks. Your belongings will go into a bag. We monitor your heart rate and blood pressure, and we put an IV in. The goal of putting the IV in this room is to make sure we have access for conscious sedation. During your percutaneous cath or procedure, you will need medications to make you feel comfortable. We'll talk to make sure you understand what's about to happen. We'll make sure you understand and know all the medications we're planning on giving you. We'll also make sure you don't have any allergies or anything that we should know about before the procedure. And finally, we'll have a conversation with your family here so everyone's aware of what we plan to do today. This is the starting point and the start of hopefully a great day for you. Now as a patient, you're in the cardiac catheterization suite. This is the room where a lot of our interventional procedures occur. Inside of this room, there's also several people that will help take care of you as we go through the procedures. Often, there's an interventional fellow at academic institutions. Sharif Halim, one of our interventional fellows, is here today. Hello. Additionally, there's technologist Marcus Marshall, one of our technologists in the cath lab, is here. He'll be in the lab. People like him help us do the procedure. There's also often circulating nurses that give you medications to help you feel comfortable. And finally, there's nurses or technologists on the monitors monitoring your blood pressure and your heart rate during the entire procedure. This team of 4 or 5 people are present at all times, making sure that you're doing well during the procedures. As I mentioned, there's several people in the room to make sure you do well. What else is in the room to make sure you do well? This thing here is an important part of all interventional procedures. This is the X-ray tube. X-rays are emitted that go through the patient and with iodinated contrast show us the vessels in your body that are then digitally captured. The importance of this equipment is that there is a brief amount of radiation that patients experience during this test. You'll see that your physicians and the team will often have lead on because we spend the day in here working on patients and we try to avoid constant radiation exposure. Your team will have talked to you about some of the radiation that's required for a cardiac catheterization or any of the invasive procedures we do. It's important to recognize that these radiation amounts are relatively small and hopefully you don't have a lot of repeat procedures. What else is in this room that is important for your health and well-being during a heart catheterization? This is often where the team is, or the physicians are taking care of you during an interventional procedure. And these monitors are another very important part of the procedure for us. You'll be on the table. We'll have gained access into one of your arteries. We'll be manipulating catheters while injecting contrast and looking at the monitors. At the same time, you'll have hemodynamic monitoring, electrocardiographic monitoring, and other types of monitoring going on that are displayed to the physicians on these screens. Additionally, we have a second pair of eyes, as I mentioned before, outside of the room, viewing your heart rate and your blood pressure. Patients, often with some conscious sedation, will look over and look at their arteries and ask questions. We want you to be involved, but we often will wait till we're done with the procedure to answer your questions. Good news, your procedure's over, and now you're in the recovery bay. The recovery bay looks a lot like the pre-procedure bay. Some of you may have had this procedure as an inpatient in the hospital, and you'll go back to the room you started. But for those of you who came as an outpatient for the heart catheterization or invasive procedure, you come to a recovery bay after the procedure.
Here, when you get to the bed, the nurses will do a sign-off. And the sign-off includes telling each other what occurred in the procedure. We'll have your family come to the room, so the physician will come and tell you what we did, what we found, and if we were able to treat any of the lesions or artery narrowings that you might have in your body. If we did do a percutaneous angioplasty where a stent was implanted, we'll often provide you with pictures to show you where the stent was implanted and how it went. Additionally, we'll start the conversation around what you need to do over the next 24 hours to 90 days to work on improving your health. When you have your heart procedure done here at Duke, you're the most important person on our team. It's you. Teamwork is the key to success, and you're the most important person, and we pledge to partner with you to help you recover. We're also going to ask that you plan. You have to choose a family member or a significant other that you want, a loved one, someone we can contact to support you during your stay. Finally, this is just the start of your recovery. We need to engage you. We need to make sure that you are willing to make the changes in your diet, lifestyle, and overall health plan to make sure you get better. So if we've done a heart procedure on you, it's just the start of your new lifestyle to keep you from coming back to having these done. We will partner with you to do this, and we appreciate you working with us.